Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I was trying to find another Jack deck to showcase, but to be honest y'all, Jack has been very tough to make work. I spent pretty much most of Thursday trying to try out different Jack decks. I tried Jack Sett, tried Jacks, I tried like honestly, I'm surprised that Jack has been as tough to build as I thought he would be. I thought the Brash keyword was really good and Jack is really good. However, we ended up finding this Jack Gwen, which is one of the decks that I also suggested back on Tuesday when I did my deck suggestions, that actually ends up doing pretty well. Unfortunately, this deck is relying more on the Gwen Hallowed package than it does on the Jack package. Jack is there more like a bit stick that just has Brash and can be really difficult for the opponent to block if you add the Hallowed buffs to him, right? So you have Jack that has Brash, which is a really hard keyword to block. Then you add Hallowed buff to it, and Jack could potentially present lethal to the opponent. Then you add Knuckle, which is part of the Jack package, which is an elusive that can take advantage of the Hallowed buffs. Then we can also play the Barn Knuckles, which is really good because Barn Knuckles can allow our Gwen to not be chump blocked. This is what really kind of carries this deck and might actually make the deck make sense with the Jack package, because Barn Knuckles makes your Gwen and also makes your Redeemed Protege really difficult for the opponent to block with. So it allows the Redeemed Protege to stay on the field longer and be able to kind of stack up your Hallow stacks even more. And obviously, sometimes you do get enough coins between the Packet Picker, the Barn Knuckles, and also the Jack to be able to cheat out 2 units in a single turn. I do also like the King's Court. The King's Court is really nice at giving all of my units Brash, making our little Ghastly Bands a threat as well, because they will have Brash as well. And we have those prize fights to get the opponent's blockers to not be able to block our Brash units. So it is a mix of that Gwen and the Jack package. Again, I do think the Hallow does a lot more work than the Brash packet does, but I do think that this deck still is a spot where Jack will actually potentially thrive, just because you have that threat of the Jack, or at the very least, his package can actually thrive. I am playing a lot of removal, so Haste Pack, Heavy Metal, and Make It Rain, and this is to try to deal with the Samira decks, or any other deck like that that's kind of relying on the cheap elusives. That's kind of what we have here for. Aside from that, everything else is pretty straightforward, with the Iron Akaboros being our main draw engine and the Opening Foil being our main engine to actually get the Hallow stacks on the field. Had a lot of fun with it and got all the way to I guess Diamond 3 with it. So yeah, hope you all enjoy as much as I enjoyed this deck. Enjoy. And if you like the content, make sure to remember to subscribe below and also like the video. We post LOR videos every single day. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going against Fizz Samira. And this matchup is obviously pretty bad for us. Unless we can stick the Gwen. As much as I like the Jack, I need to find Heavy Metal. I like the Gwen because she can at least provide me with some healing, right? The Gwen is good for the healing value. I need to find Heavy Metal. I need to find Make It Rains and stuff. We get to Make It Rain. I don't want to play the Packet Picker. I feel like I want to save the mana. Force the opponent to play their heavy Metal here, if they have it, before we can commit the Barn Knuckles. So this is forcing a Heavy Metal from the opponent. Or just the stun. Alright, I mean, eating up the stun early is also good for us, because this is still 2 HP that you have to deal with. Unfortunately, if the opponent has Samira, we cry. It's not a Samira. Father Fury. Okay, so let's go Barnacles. Do I? Oh, absolutely. I wasn't gonna do it, but now that the opponent committed that, I'm gonna do it. This is gonna force out the opponent to have to play the All Out. Yeah, there he goes. And I think forcing the All Out is completely fine. Now, here's the question. I think I want to develop this Gwen. So even if the opponent has another pirouette, I think that's fine. We have to develop her. Opponent's gonna get trash here. None of these cards can block. I guess the Iron Akaboros is the best thing that I could have gotten there. Has to be Gwen because I need to start healing up. I'm taking too much damage. Force the opponent to have another stun. We start stacking up the Hallow with the Protege. So they do have the Iron Akaboros, I'm guessing. It doesn't make sense to pick anything else except for Iron Akaboros here. Warning shot, second pirouette, really? Oh no, Elegant Age. That's fine. She still cannot block the Protege. So the Elegant Age can still not block the Protege. We push 10 damage if the opponent doesn't block. Yeah, the Brash is pretty good. The Brash is very good in this Protege. They have the All Out. Okay, so they have their second All Out. Choose to kill the Gwen with it. I think it's fine. The only downside here is that, again, the opponent will have access to Iron Akaboros. So even though their hand is quote-unquote small, they will be able to just kind of fill it up back up again. And they're going to push 5 damage between the Stylish Shot, Iron Akaboros, and then the Elegant Age, which I'm forced to block. Is that true? I'm not forced to block this. 5, 9. You just block here, right? And then to block here. Down to block here. Let's go ahead and play this Jack out. Make a rain could be a problem here. Make a rain could be a problem. We can go Iron Akaboros, just threaten the opponent's damage. So we can go Iron Akaboros, which the opponent knows that we have. If the opponent has an All Out, I wanted to block this one instead of this one because I don't want to lose to a random Make a Rain. So let's go like this. You have to lose your Father Fury. You have to lose your Father Fury if you want to survive. Yeah, just let it go. Just let it go. Opponent goes down to 1. Do we get our own Make a Rain? Can we survive? We will find out here. Shelly means that we will not survive. I can tell you that right now. You know what? Screw you. Let's force our stuff out of them. I think I need to kill this Shelly right now. Everything else I can kill with heavy metal. But Shelly, I need to kill Shelly right now. Perfect. We can kill whatever else the opponent summons with the heavy metal. We will have 7 mana, so I guess we could go for the King's Court next turn. If we wanted to. Okay, the Gwen wins us the game, right? Gwen wins us the game, assuming that the opponent has nothing else. We kill this Father Fury right away before the opponent can potentially play another Shelly. All Out, that's 4. That's 5 with the Stylish Shot. Like, why do they always get the multiple All Outs, right? I guess I could have actually won. If I played this first, I'd guarantee to win. Opponent pushes 1 more damage here. They could have the burn. I actually had the lethal, by the way. I had the lethal. I could have killed the Father Fury because I could have gone King's Court. So if I go King's Court, I would have had enough. Because I could have gone Knuckles. I mean, I could have gone Heavy Metal and also gone for the prize fight. So opponent's gonna just hope that they get it. I made a slight misplay. They have the pirouette, I'm guessing. If you have the pirouette, you have to play it. Okay. I'm just gonna attack then, right? I think opponent has the pirouette. If they didn't play it, then they just misplayed. Like, if they didn't play it, they just misplayed there. We just gotta hope that they don't have the burn, the double warning shot. Ah, I don't have it. I don't have it either. Nothing that you kept from me kills us. I cannot believe that. We did misplay though. Because the prize fight happens before the heavy metal. So if we play... But I guess if I do that, opponent just attacks, right? Yeah, if I do that, opponent just attacks with the Father Fury, so it's the same thing. Yeah, so maybe it wasn't a misplay. They get to attack anyways. So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Ashe LeBlanc. Warrior, really good. Redeem Protege, kinda good. Maybe not as good in this matchup. Maybe not as good in this matchup, but it could be decent. The opening foyer is definitely what's going to potentially carry us. I probably want to play the opening foyer on their turn, though, so that we have, like, a blocker. Like, opponent shouldn't have a blocker for this Prodigy, right, in turn 2? So how do they deal with this? They're going to have the freeze. Yeah, they should have a blocker for this. This kills LeBlanc, which is nice. Okay, they do have it. They do have the... they have the archer, so that kind of sucks.
Leaping into action.
Sure. Do we care about the opening foyer right now? Or do we just gonna go Barnacles in the Gwen? I think I like the Barnacles Gwen combo. We can also put the Barnacles here instead, right? We go Gwen.
What is all this?
Force the freeze out of the opponent. We can put the Barnacles on the Redeemed Protege, keeping it alive. We want to play the foyer when the opponent is setting up for like a big attack. Yeah, we're going to play the foyer next turn no matter what. I just really prefer the Barnacle this turn, and if I played the foyer last turn, I wouldn't have had Barnacles plus Gwen.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
That makes the freeze, that makes a freeze really frustrating to deal with. So the opponent has a freeze here. They're able to kill our Gwen. I think we force it out. I think we still put the Barnacle here. This is gonna let the Protege go through, no matter what. We can keep the host back, I guess. I like keeping the host back. I think I prefer keeping this. Use your freeze if you want. They don't have the freeze apparently. Who? You really don't have a troll shot or anything like that? Wow, okay. So now we put the opponent on not having a troll shot or anything similar. We can put the Upland Foyer and start stacking up the Hallowed. Even if you do have the freeze, we have blockers. We have this here. Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to play the Upland Foyer whenever I had the chance. Better to get rid of the blocker. Is it better to get rid of the blocker? Sure. Perfect. And we hit the Ashe too. It would have been better if we hit this, because this is actually going to not be up enough. I just want to get rid of the blocker and just put pressure. I'm down to play for the Anakaboros next turn. Also makes the Ashe not a Brash blocker, so this Redeem Pro is going to push some damage. I like this Make It Rain. I like this Make It Rain a lot. It would have been better if they hit this. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, because we can only go up to 5 with the Gwen. We're not going to be able to go up to 6. So even if this was a 6, it wouldn't matter. I like the Anakaboros. I like the Anakaboros here. Just go super wide. Still have access to heavy metal. The Redeem Project cannot be blocked by the Ashe, so we wanna make sure that we buff this with the Hallows, because this is gonna push 5. We have a full board attack here. You get to kill the Gwen, big whoop. You're still dying. You need to be able to kill this Ashe. You need to be able to freeze, right? So you need to freeze. They have the Ashe freeze. Do you have another freeze? Or you're just gonna go down to 2? If we get another Gwen, we just win then? I'm down to kill this Ashe, right? Just so that we don't potentially get surprise lethal. He also stops them from having another 5-cost unit that they can draw with. So we can kill the Ashe, start working on the Jack next turn. They just committed another Ashe just to freeze us here. We're still gonna get more Hallowed. Gwen still levels up because of the quick attack happening first, and then she dies. So if we top deck another Gwen, we're chilling. Opponent is down to 2 HP. We have much wider than they can go. We kill Ashe here every time.
We fight for one
Boom. So you lose your Ashe. You already use another Ashe. We have blockers for the Hearthguard. We don't care about the second Hearthguard. We can play.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Let's go here. I want to keep this Redeemed Prodigy alive. If you want to commit like a Trollshan here to save this, be my guest. Okay? I'm fine with this. I'm okay with this. It sucks, but I'm okay with this because we can still just go wide. Because we can still go foyer.
The trap is set.
So we can still go foyer here.
A little entertainment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Right? So that we play around whatever the opponent might have. Might even be better to override one of these. I like overriding one of these. Just go as wide as possible. I might even haste spike. Here. Get rid of one of their blockers, knowing that I can just replace it. So knowing that I can just replace this, we get Fearsome. That's kind of cute. Opponent's in a situation where I'm gonna go sits wide. Because I don't think they can block sits wide. Might as well give this one Fearsome too, I guess. I will go sits wide, opponent. Harsh Winds is the only thing that potentially keeps you alive with your blockers. Okay, there we go. It said that doesn't matter, right? Your freeze doesn't matter. Because we can just buff it up with the Hallow. If they have Harsh Winds, they do survive. And we have just lost all our value. They will lose their Hearthguard. And they also lose the other 2 units. They will only have an Enraged Jetty alive. There's the Harsh. Ooh, nope, not enough. If it was Harsh Winds, they actually survive. And we only have the host left. And then it will become a top deck war. But I have to force them to have the answers, right? I have to force them to have the answers. They didn't have it. We end up chilling. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Elusive, who's playing Karma Sett. We won the Opalin foyer. The pocket picker is nice, but I wanna look for more Hallow. I think this matchup is one where I wanna just focus more on the Hallow triggers that the opponent's gonna have to deal with for the rest of the game, because the Opalin foyers are gonna continue growing over the span of the whole game, right? So we can go here for the host. Question is, do we play the second host and just eat up the 3-cost spell right now? Absolutely, right? If they have the 3-cost spell and they want to do it right now, I want to eat it up right now. They don't, they just take the 4. Cool. We go foyer. We have a haste spike, that's really nice. We go foyer, we go Jack, I think.
The order rewards.
Yeah, I think we go foyer and we go Jack instead of second foyer for now. Because the Jack is not vulnerable to the Caustic Rift. So we can go Jack here. Also starts giving me some coin value. The Brash also makes him not vulnerable, not able to be blocked.
I'll make it my business.
As I say that, the opponent did find themselves a good blocker for it. I guess if that's the case, let's just push damage like this. Opponent already has a good blocker for Jack anyways. So no reason to put the Hallow on the Jack. They could have a Mystic now to kill this. Yeah, you want to put it. You want to put the Hallow on the Ephemeral because opponent obviously wanted to block the non-ephemeral unit. They also were always going to be able to block the Jack. If you have the Mystic, you have it. I'm just going to go foyer, and force you to have a way to deal with the opponent foyers. Because every time the Hallowed deaths are going to stick over and over again on you. Opponent could have the Sett here. Oh, it's just straight up Mystic. Okay, I mean, sure. We're gonna just go foyer again. And this is how you beat control decks. The foyers are really difficult for them to deal with. Like, really, really difficult for them to deal with. Okay, we can haste spike.
No holds barred. I saw you look.
We can haste spike. We can haste spike this, force the opponent into lose the set. They don't have a blocker. We can play the pocket picker, have another card that's gonna push damage. Do I even care about doing the pocket picker right now? I don't think so, right? I think it's better off to leave this for something else later on. I do kind of like the Mako here. Instead. So we go here and then go the Mako. I think the Mako as a 4/4 is going to be really difficult for the opponent to deal with. And with the Overwhelm, it makes this really nice.
You've been busy, Knuckle. Little bit, yeah.
Right? So as an Overwhelm, it also makes him really nice. Opponent could have Head Splitterator. I need to put it on the Mako because all my other units died to Mystic Shot, right? So the opponent, this is forcing the opponent to have Head Splitterator or Tag Out or Stun. All my other units lose to the Mystic, so I don't think I can put the Hallowed buffs on them. Yeah, there's the Head Splitterator. I forced the 6 mana out of them. We still push 6 damage, and we still have all these Ghastly Bands, and next time we'll have the King's Court as well. And we're chilling. We can also just play the Gwen instead. Oh, they get it. They get it. So it's an Ever Gwen now. I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna go Barnacles here. Make this out of range of a Mystic Shot. Opponent could have a second set. And that could be problematic. Let's force him to have it. If you have the second set and you want to kill the Gwen, go ahead and have it. I can't wait for you. If I wait, I'm losing. I'm also thinking the King's Court is actually correct to start with, instead of just open attacking. Although the open attack is kind of brutal because both the Gwen, but this has Brash and he's pushing 7. No, I think it's correct. Yeah, opponent's gonna try to kill the Knuckle because of the Elusive. I think it's correct to go for the King's Court. Because he also gives me the prize fight, which could give another unit Brash to make it like an actual attack through. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go King's Court. It's a big 5 health unit that the opponent has to deal with. And just like before, I'm forcing him to have a second Head Splitterator to deal with the Gwen and the King's Court. Because I'm gonna buff the King's Court. I guess I don't need to buff the King's Court, actually. Nah, yeah, buffing the King's Court doesn't make sense. We already have plenty of damage with it, right? I just want to force him to have to do something. Because this is too much damage for them to deal with. And they just spent 5 mana with nothing that could stop us, so I think this is game. The Gwen pushes 2. Yeah, we don't need to buff the King's Court. We buff the... we buff the Ghastly Band, because the opponent wants to Mystic one of those 2, right? So we buff the Ghastly Band. As long as the King's Court or the Gwen's pushes damage, we win the game, because this is also dealing 2. So, I don't see... Yeah, the opponent could have the... Opponent needs to have the Caustic Rift, which is probably exactly what they have. But then they still need to deal with one of these 2 units, right? So even if the opponent has Caustic Rift, these units have so much health that opponent already tapped out of... Like, opponents cannot deal with both of them. They don't have enough mana, so... GG's. In this match, we're going against Jinx and Ekko. Not a horrible matchup. The Make Event is not necessary. The opponent doesn't really have a lot of 1 health units anymore. We have the Foyer, we have Barnacles, we have Phantom Butler. Okay, this is looking pretty good. This is looking very good, right? We can go up perfect. Look at that. Pocket Picker to block the Court Chief and get a coin value in return. That's cool. What if we don't play this Phantom Butler? What if we just play for the Foyer and then the Gwen? No, let's go Phantom Butler. Let's go Phantom Butler. We don't need the Barnacles on the Gwen just yet. Let's just push the 3. Also gives me a good blocker into the Chronomancer, and it starts stacking up my Hallows. We go Opulent Foyer. We could also go Prodigy instead of Gwen, but doesn't make sense. Yeah, Gwen is gonna get blown out by this Opulent Foyer. There we go. We can then play the Gwen, and we're gonna be chilling for the rest of the game. I really like the Barnacles. I kind of want to grade out the Barnacles here. But the Gwen level up is just too good, right? The Gwen is just pushing so much pressure that I have to go for the Gwen. We can attack with the Ghostly Band too.
Just you and me, Fishbones.
Let's just attack like this, right? Let's attack like this. Let's just push as much damage as possible. I know that this can get blocked by one of these units, but it's just gonna set it up for Make It Rain. I'm okay with this because it's gonna set up your Jinx to die to the Make It Rain, right? So if you want to do that, that's okay with me. You're gonna have to level up that Jinx. If you don't level up that Jinx, she's gonna die to the Make It Rain. Potentially, it could hit one of the other units, so maybe that's why the opponent ended up not blocking. So 4 units in their field, plus the Nexus. We have a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 chance to hit it. Kind of don't want to play all these little 1-drops. Opponent goes for Time Trick. Don't want to play these 1-drops. If the opponent gets Ekko, that's also frustrating. Losing the Gwen could be a big deal. If the opponent just attacks with everything, okay. Can they have a way to level this up? Is my concern. Like, if they have a way to level up Jinx here and can do the rocket and get rid of both my units, I become really sad. I can't play around it. If you have the way to level up, you win the game.
Smile. It's called gunplay.
If you give me the units, this is exactly what I was looking for, right? This is exactly what I was looking for. To like reduce the number of cards that the opponent has in the field and increase the odds of hitting this Jinx. The problem is that if the opponent actually has access to... I have to just slap it, because if the opponent's gonna get the value from this card. Opponent's gonna get the mana here, so they could actually have like a Get Excited and be able to level up the Jinx. I guess we just go for it. We just go for it, and if they have to Get Excited, they have it. We don't even hit the Jinx, so it doesn't even matter. If they have to Get Excited, they have it. We can put the Barnacles on the Redeemed Protege, and that's actually going to be lethal. So the Barnacles on the Redeemed Protege is going to be lethal. Let's go start here first. We also have the Elusive now, which is almost lethal as well. Okay. So opponent trying to do that, but now I can just go the Elusive instead. We play the second Barnacles on the Elusive, and that's definitely lethal, right? Because that's going to be 3 plus another 5. Force them to have it. Force them to have the way to remove this Knuckle. They do. Oh! They do because they can rock it now. So they can rock it now. They get to... Wait. We just win. Opponent just gave us the win. Opponent just gave us the win. They don't know that we have a second Barnacle. This is only dealing 1. We put this one here. That's gonna be +5, and that's game. Opponent has no elusive blockers. You had to kill the Barnacles. You had a blocker. Opponent got greedy for the Voice of the Risen value, and he ended up not working out for them. Yeah, ended up not working out for you, my friend. You had to get rid of this Elusive. Doesn't even let me see the attack. That's how embarrassed in my ability, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Nick, who's playing Scouts. Huh. We should do well versus Scouts, I would think. Kind of sucks not having Heavy Metal or Hate Spike, to be honest. But the Packet Picker gives me a good blocker. The Redeem Protege is something, and we have the Foyer too. So even though we have no way to deal with, the Misfortune, because we didn't get the Hate Spike, we have a good enough hand that I think we're chilling. We have the Foyers. I kind of want to play the Redeem Protege, but at the same time I kind of don't. Let's play the Redeem Protege. Let's get the Hallows stacked up. Let's start stacking up the Hallows. As I say that, opponent just goes ahead and plays their Browin, so it was a mistake in the end. Sure. Let's force him to have it. Let's force him to take that. Let's just put damage on the Browin. You're gonna put Chain Best on it. Interesting. I want to get this Hallow stuffed up if I can, because I think that's how I'm gonna be able to present like a lot of damage. Yeah, you need to play a unit to get the Challenger. Nick hasn't played in a while, I guess, right? You need to play a unit to get the Challenger. We're gonna go ahead and just do the Foyer. My concern here is that obviously the Gwen is gonna kind of get a little bit punished. Probably need to just go for it though, right? The Gwen plus this just puts so much value. Yeah, we have to just go for it, forcing to have an answer, because they have to start blocking. This is 4 damage. This is also a lot of damage. They have to start blocking. They can't just take this damage like that. If they do, I'm okay with that. They might just go for... No, they don't have enough next turn. I was trying to think if they had enough for Champion Strength, but they don't. The Fearsome is going to be a really big hit. If they don't kill this Gwen, it's going to be a big problem for them. They can kill the Gwen with the new Demacia spell.
Demacia needs healers.
Let's go here first. This gives me the coin. So, no matter what, we're gonna lose Gwen, right? There's no question about it. Is there any way for us to save the Gwen? I guess there is, actually. If we Heavy Metal first, there is a way to save her. We Heavy Metal first.
Dual pay. Still heart, steady aim.
Right? We Heavy Metal first. And then Foyer. We're probably not gonna save the Gwen if the opponent has the 2-mana spell, but at least I have blockers that the opponent has to worry about. They're also gonna have to worry about the Phantom Butler. I'm cool with this. You level up the Gwen for me? Yeah, there it is. I figured they had the form up, right? There's no way that they don't have the form up here. It makes absolute sense for them to have it. Like, you have to have the form up here, right? Now, the problem is that we just start deck another Gwen, right? And I'm gonna force you... I'm gonna force you to block using your Queen. Otherwise, you're gonna just lose it. They have to block using the Queen. They have to block using the Queen, because nothing else has more than 2 HP. I guess they don't have to, but, I mean, you go down to 1. If you have the Rally, I guess you get a chance to survive. We take the Scout. We have the coin value. I guess you survive. If you have the Rally, you get there. You push 5 damage, and then you have the Queen. So if he has the Rally, he gets there. We could also top deck to make it rain, right? To finish up the game. Opponent has 5 here. No Rally. The Queen cannot attack. We're so good at this game.
There's nothing like it. It's beautiful, isn't it?
We're actually so good at this game. Hmm. I I want to make sure that this dies. We have enough to play the King's Court and play the coin into Make It Rain if we need to. I need to get rid of their units, right? I need to get rid of Nick's units so that I can actually able to play the Make It Rain. We didn't need to because he ended up surrendering anyways. If he tries to pull with the Jenny, then obviously he loses the Jenny, which then allows me to be able to more confidently play that Make It Rain. So GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Zed Ahri, Bandle City. We have the Buffalo Foyer. We have a really good hand. Honestly, this hand is perfect curve, right? Pocket Picker, Haze Spike, Foyer, Gwen. Huh. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not a bad start. So, question is, if we play this Pocket Picker here, do we want to sacrifice it into whatever the opponent summons? Probably not, right? Because we want to have a Haze Spike target. At the same time, this is a great value, right? This is a great value target for if the opponent just decided to sacrifice it. Okay. I like that. I like to get rid of the heal. Sorry, I like to get rid of the draw. Yeah, let's get rid of the draw here and go like that. The opponent gets the coin value. Cool. I want to play the Foyer on turn 4, but I guess now that we have Gwen and Jack, it's probably better to just play the Foyer right now. So maybe it was actually just better just playing the Foyer here. Nope, never mind. We're just going to Haze Spike right away. Thank you, opponent. So now we could actually play the Foyer on turn 3, right? If the opponent plays another Zed, I guess I could just play like this guy. And I want to play the Foyer. Like, I really feel like I need to stack this up. At the same time, Gwen and Jack are going to be such a big threat for the opponent. Let's go here. Let's go Gwen. Give the Gwen the Fury. Opponent cannot play Zed.
Time for a leap of faith.
They will get... This is just straight up Elusive spam right now, right? They will get 4 damage through and they will get another coin. But they're going to have to start blocking because the Jack is going to come down as well. So this Jack is going to come down as well. And between Jack and Gwen, we're going to be pushing a lot of damage. Brash, opponent has no Brash blockers. Gwen has Quick Attack and also has Fury, right? I'm just going to play the Pocket Picker out now as well since the opponent tapped out of any response. So this is going to be opponent going down to 4 and me healing 2 and opponent just takes that. Opponent literally just takes that. They have 4 coin value. So they could have like a big combo here. However, yeah, they can refill. Yeah, no, this is game. I don't think there's anything that you can have that punishes me here. Right? We just go opening Foyer. We even have the Gwen Thread the Needle. We could have gone for risky benches before we did the Foyer if we wanted to.
Walk softly, strike quickly.
Okay. Do I even care? I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna take this because I don't think the damage is necessary. I think we just win next turn, right? I don't want the opponent to have like a random spell, and I also want the opponent to think that they can just tap out of mana, and once they tap out of mana, we can go like this. Although I guess I didn't need to do that. Yeah, I didn't need to do it this way. I didn't need to do the coin. I meant to do the risky venture. But I'm trying to see if I can level up this Jack right here. Right, so we can play the coin. That takes me up to 8. We're 1 off. We're 1 off. We're always 1 off. No. 3. Yeah, we're 1 off. We're always 1 off. Why are we always 1 off from leveling up the Jack, right? So this would be This will be 8. We only get 3 mana, but then doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. We're 1 off. We're 1 off no matter which way we do it. Let's have the packet picker. I guess be a big finisher. That way the opponent is forced to kill this. We have the 2 from Gwen. I always mess up the Jack level up, huh? The opponent has to recall the Jack. We can do the heavy metal and the Gwen thread the needle to kind of stop anything that the opponent does. Lightning Rush. So we probably want to do this, right? Probably want to make sure that we do this and not take that 2 damage. Not let that card get recall and the opponent have another unit. This ball cuts could be a problem, I guess. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up last turn, right? I messed up last turn. We got the Gwen level up though, which is cute. We get to kill all their units. Because the opponent had to block everything. We play the Jack again. We have 3 coins. We pass. We play King Score and have heavy metal. Shouldn't be anything that the opponent does here. Let's play King Score first. Let's play King Score first. I don't think opponent only has 1 coin, has 6 mana left. Don't see it. I don't see it, right? What is the set doing here? Yeah, let's just heavy metal the Elusive so that we have to worry about it. Then we can coin and level up the Jack, and this time we actually get the level up if the opponent lets us see it, and they don't let us see it. GG's. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games. You see what I'm talking about? It does, you know, it is a Jack deck in a sense, but the Opulent Foyer, the Gwen is definitely putting the weight more than anything else. If anything, I wouldn't call it a Jack deck. I would call it a Barn Knuckles deck. I think Barn Knuckle ends up putting a lot of work in this deck. You kind of saw a couple games where it can be in the Protege, allows the Protege to stay alive. We can put it on the Gwen, allow the Gwen to be a unit that cannot be blocked, as you saw in that Scouts game versus Nick, where the Queen was the only blocker that could potentially block the Gwen and it would have just died for free. And that's what I mean. It allows Gwen with the Brash to be able to push damage, because opponent's going to have a much harder time being able to deal with Brash units that are on the field. So ends up being really, really clutch when you can get the Barn Knuckles and also have a Gwen that ends up growing really tall and kind of go from there. Especially if you have both Gwen and Jack, then now the opponent has to deal with 2 units that potentially have Brash on them. You also did see how important all this removal is. I think Haste Pack is really, really good. I love it in this deck, especially because you can just use it on your Ghastly Bands to not lose any units yourself. So it ends up being really, really clutch. In terms of mulligan, I definitely like keeping the Opulent Foyer. I like keeping Gwen. And I like keeping the Barn Knuckles. I think those are the 3 things that I like keeping a lot of. Everything else, you want to just get it as the game goes on. You definitely don't... I guess Redeem Protege, right? So Barn Knuckles, Redeem Protege, Opulent Foyer, and Gwen. So kind of pretty much the Gwen package as well as the Barn Knuckles is what you want to keep. You want to get your Jack later on because, you know, Jack is not going to level up this early in this deck anyways. So you don't need to rush to try to get Jack down on the field early. He can just come down once you have enough Hallowed buffs, and maybe you can potentially level him up in a single turn if you have stacked up enough coins to actually allow him to also have Overwhelm, which synergizes with the Hallow as well. And if you're going against Samira, then you probably want to keep at least a heavy metal, potentially Make It Rain as well, but the Make It Rain is a little bit awkward because of the Fizz, so I think I prefer to just keep the heavy metal so that you can actually get value that way. Aside from that though, I mean, pretty straightforward. Just attack, push a lot of damage, stack up those Hallowed buffs, and then just win the game. If you enjoyed today's game and today's Jack showcase, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.